Calls intensify for resignation of Michigan sheriff who shared stage with militia. Since it was found that Devo's family money was secretly funding Open Michigan, which these guys appear to be a part of, does that mean Devo's money found its way to those terrorists? When the FBI stops a plot to kidnap a governor, and the president can't thank the FBI b/c he's fighting with them - and he can't be thankful for the governor's safety, b/c he's fighting with her - and he can't condemn the terrorists b/c they're his supporters. It's time for a new president. /BMJ, https://twitter.com/Brad M. Johnson, ref_SRC equals TWSRC% 5 etfa% 7 5 a tweetum bed %7 term% 5 E131441084930002945% 7 CTWGR% 5 E share_3 and ref_URL equals https://3a% 2f% 2f www. Democratic Underground. com%2f100214268653. As a Barrie co-resident, I feel like he probably has way too much support from the community. He is currently running unopposed and has been sheriff as long as I can remember. Repeal Whitmer signs, and an abundance of Trump and Confederate flags are to be found throughout the area. That's a terrorist meeting. The sheriff is a terrorist supporter, sympathizer, and if anything is helping them in their terror efforts here. The US should really try and get ahead of this whole right-wing extremism thing before car bombs and explosives * become a regular part of our lives. In context, 2 of the dudes were Marine veterans. They were likely born within a year or two of 9/11. They grew up watching us at war, hearing all the rhetoric, served in the military, and come home ready to hate. We're raising our own extremists. Edit. For some reason many people are pointing out the Oklahoma City bombing. Yes, that was an act of far-right extremist violence and terror. But it was a singular attack, albeit one of the most tragic in our nation's history. It was not a regular part of life. The type of extremism I worry about is much more like what Ireland saw from the IRA, car bombs and such. Ongoing use of terror to intimidate. Certainly for the Iraq/Afghan veterans of the groups, IEDs could likely become popular. People should be more worried about these types of groups than they are. And rightly so. That picture is pretty damning. Jail time, not resignation. He activity interfered with a federal investigation. There's a good reason no other country adopted our sheriff program. Calls intensify for resignation of Michigan sheriff who shared stage with militia far-right extremists, terrorists. He shared the stage with terrorists. Shared the stage with terrorists. Let's don't sugarcoat it. Calls intensify for resignation of Michigan sheriff who shared stage with domestic terrorists. There, I fixed it for you. Edit, fix typo. He should be fired and investigated. Sometimes Michigan feels like 2 states. And fuck that other part. SMH, shared the stage with white supremacist terrorists. Terrorists, call them terrorists. They are not a militia. Stop fucking giving them credibility. To the people saying that the sheriff should be dealt with locally. Why should we, considering he came to my city to help these terrorists? Did he rally in your town? No. Before Trump came to power, I wrote about right-wing businesses in my community aligning with conspiracy mongers and militants, specifically D-Celtech, and their drive for discrimination via religious exemptions. Here is a comment of mine on the subject from a year ago, https://np. Reddit. com/r/9rz97v/georges /_kemp/_34013/4/falsely/e8l7h0q/ https://np. Reddit. com/r/politics/comments/9rz97v/georges_kemp_purged_34013/4/voters_falsely/e8l7h0q/ They hosted a town hall-style meeting and invited speakers to further their cause. One of those speakers was Bradley Dean. Bradley Dean, if you search his name, is a Christian conservative activist. Also on the top results for his name is his pursuit of peddling school shooting conspiracy theories. Religious conservatives in my area invited a school shooting denier to boost their cause. That was a huge red flag. At the same time, Alex Jones, Kremlin's RT, and the rest were aligning behind Trump while peddling the same types of conspiracies, promoting militant denialism. This directly fostered the type of anti-science/antisocial behavior that we see in the anti-mask/pro-Trump crew. They are the same people. The reason this part of my community didn't outright purge these open Michigan militants when they came to town is because they adore and support them, and visualized here with the sheriff on stage with the terrorists. This is not an exaggeration. The DeVos family funded Open Michigan and helped flood my capital with these terrorists. #DeVos funded group organizes protest against Michigan governor's stay-at-home order, https://www.pruh.org/news/2020/04/13562/DeVos funded group organizes protest against Michigan governor %E2% 80% 99s stay-home order. I don't have any moral to this story other than I am pissed so many supposedly moderate Trump supporters let themselves be groomed into a fanatical cult despite being warned. I'll be spending the rest of my life getting rid of these extremist elements from my community because the GOP wanted to crown some senile anti-vax dumpster fire as president. If you didn't speak up and actively help stem the tide of extremism in the conservative/right-wing community that led to this, shut the fuck up and stand clear now. Thanks. So I can't read this receipt. Don't know how accurate it is, but if accurate, these purchases are pretty wild and seem like they are purchases you'd make if you worked with militias to overrun a government. Maybe he just thought these militias were that dangerous though. I bet he sells this shit to them. 2 APCC and an MRAP, grenade launchers. https://www. Reddit. com/r/Grand Rapids/J8KF83/interesting_purchases_by_dar_leaf_an_the_berry/. He not only shared a stage with them earlier this year. After the terrorist plot was revealed, he tried to defend the terrorists by saying they are allowed to perform a citizen's arrest. With a name like Dar Leaf, you'd think he's be a hippie pacifist or something. Holy shit. That cop still has a job. The US is a scary place to be. Imagine being a minority in this guy's town. The sheriff of Midland County, MI, was arrested, in full view of a body cam, for drunk driving in 2018 after a deputy from another county found him sleeping on the side of the road in his personal vehicle. Here is a video of the incident. https://youtube.b/nazir-c5 He is still the sheriff of Midland County as of today. He refused to resign. No chance in hell that clown resigns either. He'll continue playing dumb and keep his job. It's terrorists. The word is terrorists. When I was like 9, I saw some segment on these militias and thought it was awesome to have people that would fight if our government went overboard. Then I grew up and realized how reality works and who these people really are. We need to stop calling these groups militias and call them domestic terrorists if we are to get rid of their appeal entirely. Dude's name is Dar. He gotta go. He didn't just share a stage with them, he straight up tried to fabricate a bullshit legal defense for them to justify his support for their terrorist group. They keep spelling domestic terrorists incorrectly in these articles. I decided to give this sheriff the benefit of the doubt and I listened to his interview. He did not conduct himself well. Shared stage with terrorists, get it right, resign. He should be investigated by the FBI and jailed if appropriate. I'm tired of people in office getting a free ride, or a reduced price ride. Hang 'em high, who shared the stage with terrorists? They are terrorists. Stop calling them a militia. This sheriff is a prime example of far right-wing infiltration of law enforcement. It is actively promoted in alt-right thought. he should be removed along with many others like him. The title spelled terrorists wrong. Militia. You mean domestic terrorists? Hey, I live here. Locals are gathering to demand his resignation this Tuesday at 8 a.m. If that fails, we are going to appeal for the organization that oversees his position. Realistically, we will fail to remove him. Unfortunately, this area is in love with this sheriff and there is almost no chance of him getting removed via a recall election. The organization that oversees his position is also run by individuals that act and think like him, so there is little recourse available there as well. As a soon-to-be lawyer, I can say he talks out his ass. A lot. I don't waste time arguing with people in town anymore because they worship the ground he walks on. The current trend is to blame Whitmer for the FBI's decision to not leak sensitive investigation information to the state legislature. Welcome to Hastings, the deep south of the North.